Good afternoon. My name is William Rizzo. I'm a lead architect consultant at SUSE. I'm a CNCF ambassador. I do help out sometimes in the working group platforms of the CNCF. If you want to link with me on LinkedIn, you can use that barcode. I thought it was cool to use it. I'm here to talk about something that is very close to my heart, which is the platforms, of course. We want to build platform. I want to build platform. I want to help my customers build platform. That's what I do for a living, right? That's what many of us do for a living. Just a show of hand, how many here are platform engineers? Nice. How many of these platform engineers have a platform product owner? Now, all the others that didn't raise their hand and that raised a platform engineer, you are on the path to failure. Does anybody, I come from, I'm sorry, but I come from physics. I don't come from computer science. Anybody knows what horror vacui means? You do, of course, you're Italian. So that means nature abhors a vacuum. Whenever we are in front of a vacuum, whenever nature is presented with a vacuum, nature wants to fill it, wants to stop it, wants to stop to occur. And what I add is, so should we. We don't want a vacuum to exist in anything we do. But we allow it to exist in platforms, at least specifically in the investment of platforms. We are, as vendors, as platform engineers and platform product owners and product managers of platforms, we are not filling all the gaps of our estimations in return of investment. And it's not our fault. I think, personally, honestly, I think we don't have all the tools to do that estimate, not accurately, but not even close to accurate. So there are many things that impact the return of investment. Some things that I like to say are the innovation-induced paralysis. I worked with a customer that they were trying to migrate their production to Kubernetes. Just 3 applications, really. They had a big park of applications. They were trying to move these 3 applications from their pivotal systems to Kubernetes. And 12 months down the line, they were still working on it. They were still not in production. So what did that investment look like? When they start that project, not that product, that project, they are still investing in it. Business still doesn't see a return of investment. They're still not making money with those applications on that platform. So was that... the team doesn't have a way to say, this is good, this is done. They are still looking for the perfect. They don't know what is done, what is perfect. Treating platforms like projects. We have a beginning of a project, we have milestones within the project, we scope that effort, and we say, that's the end. Well, you could have stopped at the beginning right away, because if you're looking at the building of a platform as a project, I guarantee you that you will fail. Organizational culture. It's a strong word to say on a stage, but a toxic culture within an organization is going to affect the return of investment of your platform engineering effort. It's going to affect the outcomes of your platform and the outcomes of your developers. Platforms designed around capabilities. So it sounds a little bit wrong, but what I'm trying to focus here is the platform. We have to design the platform. We have to design the capability. We have to design the developer experience All of these are true, but we don't have to focus our platform around the capability. We have to focus our platform around the developer, around the last part, and the skill gaps. So all of these things are impacting our ROI. I'm not going to even go on the skill gap because I think we all understand what that means. So just a quick reminder on what platform engineering is. Platform engineering, of course, is not a set of tools and a set of APIs and a bunch of interfaces and documentation. There is a human component in platform engineering, and it's a very strong component. So that one is going to impact our return of investment as well, because it's part of the platform. The user is part of the platform. It's a socio-technical exercise that is going to affect the entire organization that levitate around the platform. So what is going to reduce this impact? We just said it, right? Target the thinnest shortest golden path. So we have the developer, or let me rephrase that. We have the end user that develops business value or addresses business value, and we work our way towards addressing and turning on and off all those capabilities that is going to achieve what the developer needs to do. We're going to approach a product mentality rather than a project mentality. We're going to commit to release product roadmaps for our platform. We are going to discuss milestones that we want to achieve and releases and versions of the platform rather than a project. And now I'm going to say something that I think Rachel is going to disagree right away. We're going to build silos. Not many people like when I say this, but silos actually do work. In a previous life, I worked in a large project with a German auto manufacturer. They know how to build cars better than us in Italy sometimes. So they work, their methodology of working, whatever part of the organization is, marketing, engineering, manufacturing, platforms, they work in silos. They have silos, and that's how they want to work. It's not a thing that happened, but that's their structure. They want to work like that. Why? Because in the manufacturing, what they have learned is that what happened on the manufacturing strip, it's clockwork. In 100 meters of manufacturing, I was particularly interested in the data produced by that manufacturing strip. But what I actually learned is that in that 100 meters of strip, there are robots working, welding and stuff like that, and there are also human people working. Everything has to work clockwork. What's coming from one silos has to move to the other silos and has to be exactly what was expected to come from over there. It works well. It works very well. So what I also saw in team topologies is silos are good. We learned that in team topologies, right? Silos are good. But you also need to address the communication between those silos. You don't have to force the silos to work in a silos, but there has to be a door from one to another where that communication occurs. And then you're addressing indirectly the investment as well, because that toxic culture has no way to exist in a place like that. Design the platform from right to left. Now, we hear a lot, shift left. Now, what I'm going to ask you is, I have Lou here in front of me, and Lou is a train driver, and he knows exactly what to do. He knows how to drive that train in any condition, blindfolded. Would you want Lou to address the engine of that driver, the machine, how that driver has to be on the rails, you don't want that. You don't want to address the safety of that place. You want him to drive it because he knows what to do, right? We want to buy the ticket of that train, and he drives it. So we don't bring left. We don't give to the developers the security. address. So, and we have to do the same with our platform. We build our platform right to left, where right is our end user, the developer of the business value, and we walk backwards and we start understanding all the things that that developer needs, and then we build forwards. Again, business value on the right. We are down there on the left trying to design and understand all the capabilities that our platform needs to have, and nothing more. No prettier, no fancier, nothing more. Just what's needed to achieve that business vision that is at the right side for you. Now, how do we do this? This is particularly difficult, right? So what if, and this is the part where I'm expecting some tomatoes to fly on the stage. So what if we could associate a degree of quality to the capabilities that are the outcome of our platform? So just to a show of hands, when I say capability, and I'm talking about interfaces, and I'm talking about adoption, how many people do not know what I'm talking about? I love it. Okay, I love it. So I should just get off stage and it's done. So we have several capabilities in our platform, right? The more adoption we have, the more use cases we are trying to tackle, and agree that a platform should not be built to tackle all the use cases of our organization, but whatever we can tackle. So we can agree, we should be building, for our product owners, we should be building an understanding of what those capabilities can be and how we can fine-tune those capabilities to match a return of investment, a scaling return of investment that the business can understand and commit to. It's not easy. Then, what else we can do? We can attach a price tag to the creation of golden path templates. What does that mean? I'm not saying that using a golden path is going to be this price. No. What I'm saying is we stand in front of the end user and we talk with the end user. We build that golden path backwards, like I said before, with the end user. And because we understand and we are talking and we know what the end user needs, we can build with the thinnest golden path and the shortest path to that business value. Once we have understood what is good, what is perfect, then we can fine-tune to what we can actually do. So this is what you want. This is what today I can do. And meanwhile, we can do iterations and feedback loops that bring us to what you eventually want. But meanwhile, the business has to invest, the business has to approve, has to give budget. So we cannot be there. We need to start from here. But we need to give some numbers to business to work with, right? So just a view of platform. This is a platform based, I like particularly this platform because it's based, this theoretical platform, because it's based on the promise theory. We have promises identified as Does anybody know what a promise theory is? Nice, nice. All those that did not raise their hand, they're not my friends. In promise theory, we have actors and agents. So, sorry. Spoiler alert. A promise, the simplest way I can explain this, it's a promise is a contract that is built within one component of the whole system. And that component, the actor or the agent, has a view of the entire system that is limited to the directly connected agents or actors. So said in terms that we all understand, Let's think about a microservice. A microservice has understanding of other microservices, only those that talk to each other, right? So I have an API contract with this microservice. I have another API contract with this microservice. We talk together. We're all good. That's my understanding of the world. When that changes, I can change. I, as an actor, can change, but I still need to maintain that promise. So, what happens to what I'm talking about when we're talking about this? That was not supposed to happen. Me explain promise theory, but it's okay. So, what happens when we are changing? We are building this platform. We have several components, right? We have some components that are like MIA platform. It's a proprietary system. Part of it, I understand, is open source. We have Backstage, is a CNCF project. We have, so these two, this you buy, this you get, you build, and you suffer. So you have several components here. Some are built, some you have to buy. You have to make these decisions when you're building this platform. These decisions, you make those decisions, like we said before. What do you need to build? What do you need to have? How much of it can I build by myself? How much of it do I need to get from GitHub? And how much of it I need to buy? This is a quantitative exercise. It's not a qualitative exercise, right? So what if we could? So now I'm going to say how old I am. So in 1987, I'm going to be brief. In 1987, the IEEE released a paper, a group within the IEEE released a paper called the Taxonomy of Software Engineering. That paper was not just to tell everybody how to do software engineering, but was to create a scheme that would make more understandable how to define into classes taxonomic classification, the standards, protocol definitions, and software design. Now, in platforms, when we represent platforms in schemas, we have things like standards, protocol definitions, and software designs. And we have these things. So we forgot that we have that. So why don't bringing it back, twist it a little bit, add some salt, make it in a way that we can understand it and business can understand it, because we forgot it, because business can't understand something like that. They're limited. So let's, in example, if we want to bring taxonomy to platform engineering, and I know I'm taking this a little bit, it's a little bit an odd one, but thinking of taxonomy into platform engineering, let's say there was a beautiful talk from Abby Bankser and Whitney Lee, also a pig needs lipstick or something like that, where they discussed autonomy, contextual distance, capability skills, and interface skills. So let's say these are items of a platform, the autonomy component of the platform. Let's say I, developer or end user, I want 100% autonomy when I use the platform. I don't want to depend by anybody. I don't want anybody to say, yes, this can be done. So I want to go there in my portal. I want to request my service that I need to develop my piece of code. And that one has to be served. That 100% autonomy needs to be developed by someone, right? We need to develop that golden path to provide that autonomy. So if we want to develop 100% of autonomy, we want to develop this, we need to invest a big amount of time. We need to put together the right amount of software and the right amount of people to create that. So we have a qualitative problem to solve. Let's remember that the complexity is not hidden within the platform, but is hidden within the problem that the platform tries to solve. So if autonomy, if we imagine volume adjuster on these volume meters on these items, and we want to reduce that quality just a little bit so that I can say what I can do now is this, what you want now is this, what I can do now is this. I can improve the ROI, create an ROI that is faster for me, and I can give you that feature, that user experience that you're asking. Just iterate on it, move forward a few months, move forward a year, and it will be 100% automatic, 100% autonomous as you're asking for. So I can fine-tune the quality of the platform for the time that we are at with the skills that we have, because we are working on a platform that we need to understand how to build. So my proposal is to build a qualitative analysis framework for building platforms. Somehow, I do not, I know that's why I said tomatoes are going to fly. I do not have this framework. What I would like to do is to build a framework, to build a working group, an effort, blogs, people like that guy sitting there at the corner, working on something to help us build a return of investment framework, or at least awareness on the things that are impacting it. Presenting eventually this to the working group platforms, seeking contributors to the framework, and eventually expand the platform engineering maturity model if possible, if needed, if we want to do it with knowledge gathered with the framework. And that was it.